According to new reports out this week, Sidney Powell, the Cracken lawyer who swore she was going to be able to overturn the presidential election, but so far has not yet done that, thankfully. But her groups, Defending the Republic, which was basically two separate groups, raised $15 million this year. And as we've mentioned in the past, a lot of the people who were working with these organizations at the time, they've all left since then, none of them know where the money went. Now, there's about $5 million of it that has been accounted for, which includes a $500,000 payment to the Arizona auditors to keep that going on. So we're looking at $10 million. Poof, gone? Interesting, right? So the big question is, Sidney Powell, where's the $10 million? Well, as of the end of July, which is the most recent report that they have on the group's finances, they had about $5 million on hand. Okay, so there's 5. We know 5 got spent. We know 5 was still there. So there's $5 million that Sidney Powell raised off of her election lies. Where is it? I think that's the question that everybody would love to know. And of course, we know now that investigators are also trying to figure that out. That's why the financial records of these groups have, been turned over to investigators, because something doesn't smell right about this. $5 million completely, at least publicly, unaccounted for. Now, of course, this could be absolutely just a good old case of, no, we spent the money, we just didn't have to show you where we spent it. If you want the receipts for it, here it is. And if that's the case, wonderful, fine, no problem with anything. But when, and this is the issue they have, when the people that were working for your groups come out and tell the press, like, yeah, we don't know where it went. Seems kind of odd, doesn't it? Well, yeah, it seems odd. But you were working there, and you don't even know where the money went? So there is, of course, this speculation that maybe it got pocketed. I don't know, maybe Sidney Powell's building up a nest egg for when she eventually loses that defamation lawsuit brought against her from Dominion Voting Systems. But unfortunately, you can't use your political action committee money to pay off a lawsuit, so not exactly sure what's going on here, but I am confident enough that investigators are eventually going to get to the bottom of this. But the big takeaway, whether she pocketed the money or whether it's totally legitimate expenses, again, it'll all come out in the wash. We'll see what happened. Good chance there was no wrongdoing at all. But the thing that sticks out most to me is that this $15 million that she raised was raised by lying to the public. Funneled into these, PACs that she has. One of them, of course, set up as a nonprofit. But why is that legal? Not how can it be, because it is. How is that legal? Like, how can you go out there, lie to people's faces, get them to give you money based on these false pretenses, but because it's a political group, it's okay to essentially defraud these people, which is how I would define that. And it's how the law would define it if it were any other business. Why are financial rules for politics and political groups and all of that so less stringent than any other group? Like if you went into a restaurant because the restaurant told you, come in, give us $10, and we're going to make sure you get all the steak you can eat. You give them your $10 and then they say, yeah, we don't have any steak. Okay, cool. Well, that's interesting, right? No, you would be able to sue them for false advertising, for false claims, whatever it is, assuming it, really was legitimate. They never had steak to begin with. But that's what we're dealing with here. How is this not false advertising? You're lying to people, and they're giving you money based on those lies to do things you can't do with it. But hey, that's politics, baby. You get to lie to whoever the hell you want to lie to, take money from them based on those lies, And then, because the rules are so sparse, you could pretty much do whatever you want to with that money, and the person you lied to has no grounds for recourse whatsoever.